Hello everybody, it is me the Queen, Promise here, and today I'll be showing you my Mario Kart X predictions. Now, we'll admit that some changes could be made to make it better and more Nintendo approved. However, I think the way that I have presented the record selection for this game works fine. I tried my best to represent every game evenly, but some games may have less tracks than others. So what I'll be doing is I will show you all my track picks first, then I'll go back and explain each track on how it can be improved, and why I chose to be in its slot, and just in the game in general. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the Shell Cup. We have Wii Luigi Circuit, 3DS Daisy Hills, SNES Choco Island 1, and Wii U Toad Harbor. Next in the Banana Cup, we have 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar, GBA Cheap Cheap Island, DS DK Pass, and Wii U Sunshine Airport. Now the next cup is not the Leaf Cup, it is the Propeller Cup. And we're going to start off with DK's Jungle Parkway from Mario Kart 64, Wii Toad's Factory, GBA Yoshi Desert, and GCN Mushroom City. Next is the Leaf Cut, we have DS Delfino Square, N64 Wario Stadium, Wii U Wild Woods, and Tall Piranha Plant Pipeline. Next we have the Lightning Cup with Wii U Cloud Top Cruise, SNES Vanilla Lake 2, GBA Lakeside Park, and 3DS Maka Woohoo. Finally, we have the Spiny Shell Cup with GBA. Next we have the Spiny Cup with GCN, Wario Coliseum, N64 Adventure Boardwalk, DS Bowser's Castle, and then finally GBA Rainbow Road. Now let's go all the way back to the Shell Cup, where I'll be explaining every track a bit more in depth. We are starting with the Shell Cup. So first up is Wii Luigi Circuit, and I think this track can stay mainly the same. However, the boost panel section at the end, I'm thinking we elevate it up 45 degrees. So like the off-road shortcut can stay flat, just the normal road can stay at a 45 degree angle, and then the boost panels could be at like a 90 degree angle like in Toad's Turnpike. I think just that one little change can like just make the track feel more memorable, because I mean, we're ending with Toad Harbor, which is already a pretty memorable course, in my opinion, and you have tracks like Shy Guy Bazaar, like even just like the first few tracks, you have a lot of memorable tracks. So I think just having that be there for Luigi Circuit, just keep it in your mind for a bit longer than it would just kept the exact same. But that's all I really need to do with this track, and I think is an improvement. Next we have 3DS Daisy Hills, and I don't think they need to do much with this track. They can just port it from Tour, make it look better, and just get like smoother control, and you've got a fine track. Not much needs to be done. However, they could go crazy with with this whole section here. They really wanted to, maybe the rooftops, but I don't think that's really necessary. Next we have Choco Island 1 from Mario Kart. I think all I really need to do here is just make it so the there's some elevation changes like here. Just some elevation changes should be enough. I don't think it needs to be like any anti-gravity. Just make it a bit more dynamic, not just flat. Do like a Donut Plains 3, just make it like curved. I don't know what else you could do to this. Just make it a good track, Nintendo, because I do like the Choco Island themes, especially that song. And finally, ending up the Shell Cup is Wii U Toad Harbor. Now for all Wii U tracks, I'm not really expecting too much of a difference in the music and also in the track itself. Like maybe they can make it look more prettier with a more powerful console, but like that's about it. So for the Wii U tracks, I won't really be going over them as much, just because, you know, it's going to be playing roughly the same. Alright, next one, the Banana Cup, which we have Shy Guy Bazaar. I think something they could do with this track in particular, like, you know, the split path section, or maybe even just like the curvy turns, like after the market section. You have all that sun. They can make that anti-gravity and also that split path, where you can like have the boost panel instead of just the normal route that you usually take. I think this anti-gravity there could be really cool to see. But other than that, it can stay how it is. It can just be a faithful recreation, just with graphical enhancements, and it will still be a really good remake. Cheap Cheap Island, again, they could just port it from Door, and I'd be happy with it, but something more original would be nice. Underwater sections, like little shortcuts, I guess that could be cool actually, yeah. But next is DK Pass, and you may be wondering, why is DK Pass here, but then Delfino Square here? Wouldn't it not make sense to swap them around? I just think, and I mean this honestly, I think DK Pass is a fine enough course to go here. And then with Delfino Square here, again, I think it's still pretty tough enough to go here. I'm not saying that this one's harder than DK Pass, I'm not saying that. But like, with how different the controls are from the DS, I think this course could be made, like, have an argument that this is easier than Delfino Square. Not technically easier, just not as hard. I know you have all these, like, especially this section here that's shown in the picture where, like, you have, like, quite a lot of icy turns. I don't know, I just think DK Pass is fine here. I don't think they really need to change. But I won't lie, if Delfino Square was here, it would definitely fit with, like, all of the other tracks here. And DK Pass would also be fine being here. But I did this just so the two ice tracks aren't close together. But yeah, that's just mainly why DK Pass is. Plus, I love the charmingness of the song, and I really want to see an upgrade to it, because I think it's a very underrated course. Much better than Snowball Cross. And then, of course, we have Sunshine Airport, which again is just like, okay. This is a Propeller Cup, which we start with Jungle Parkway. I think like the kind of tropical vibe this track itself would be a really good addition to start off. And just, it feels so relaxing, this track. I think it just needs, like, especially just like something added in the song, because the song is very boring, but the gameplay would be so smooth. And I think it's a really fun course. I would love to see it. Just make the song better, please. Next is Wii Toad's Factory, and like, this track is amazing with how much like anti-gravity potential this track has. There's a lot they could do with it. Just like glider ramps, anti-gravity. I don't think they'll do underwater. There's no need to do that. But yeah, no. Toad's Factory. I really want it back. Yeah. Next we have Yoshi Desert. Just like the Cheap Island, this could just stay the exact same as in Tour, and like I could be fine with it. But I could see like maybe some extra stuff added to this. But I think the Tour version is fine. I think that is fine for Yoshi Desert. But I do love the track. I think the track is underrated. Like most tracks, honestly. I think most of the tracks that I picked I just find underrated, and I thought they could look forward to come back, sorry. So yeah, and finally a Mushroom City. What else do I need to say about this? There could be some like anti-gravity shenanigans somewhere in the track, but I don't know where they put it, if I'm being honest. But I think this track is just fine how it is. It doesn't really need anything. It's already perfection in my eyes. We do love Mushroom City. We do love Mushroom City. So next up is the Leaf Cup. We had Delfino Square, as mentioned before. You know, I think this fits here. So it's gonna move on to Wario Stadium from N64. I think we're all, at this point, we're all just expecting Shot to come back. And again, the anti-gravity and even underwater potential here, like they could do just blow this track out the park, is just so incredible to think about. I really hope they bring this one back, just for like a modern like reenactment of the course. It's like a significant upgrade. And something else I want to point out here, because this track is the Raceway theme. I want to do something like they did for Royal Raceway, where they made the song sound Royal. I think they could have like a Waluigi Stadium, Wario Coliseum, or even like the DS Wario Stadium, Waluigi Pinball. Just like add that spin onto the Raceway theme, and you have a really good song, I feel. I don't know what that would sound like, but I think it would go pretty crazy. Next we have Wild West from Mario Kart 8. Again, not much needs to change here. It's fine how it is, it's perfect. Yeah, no. Just, that's the same old. And then Tour Plant Pipeline, the newest track in the Mario Kart series. And yet, it's not been remade because we have to get Daisy Circuit, or even Rosa's Dice World, over it. Listen, I love me some Daisy Circuit and Rosa's Dice World, I do. But for just from like everyone's perspective, I think Pipeline would have been better in this game and just save it for this game. But yeah, no, Pipeline, it's a good track. I do like it, and with the smoother controls of it being on a not phone, it'll be really good, I feel. This is the Lightning Cup. We're going to start with Cloud Top Cruise. Now, one change they could make to this course that could make it slightly harder. Like the entire thing is fine, but the Thundercloud section, like when you get struck by one of the lightning, if you could do a Koopa Cape original Wii version moment, where like you know how they're spinning little electrical things, but like when they strike you down by the clouds, it'll also shrink you like you got shocked. Plus this course is just fitting for the Lightning Cup, so I'd be shocked if they didn't put this here. That's such a bad joke. Oh my god. Okay, anyway, Cloud Cruise, Lightning Cup, make it good. Woo! And yes, we have SNES Vanilla Lake 2. Honestly, I think this track is fine how it is. Like, maybe underwater and just give it like Snowland treatment, I could see it being good, but this track does not need much to impress me, because I think Vanilla Lakes are so underrated. I love the Vanilla Lake course, especially just calming music. I want to see it in a modern console, I really do. I honestly, these tracks are the only reason I play Super Mario Kart. That and the Koopa Beach themes, if I'm being honest. But next we have Lakeside Park from GBA. Now, I just thought of this recently. I don't know why, but it's so funny to me to think that what if for this track we got the sunset gimmick from Tour, because you know the Tour version is really cool. I think they could just bring it back fine, but it'll be so funny, and their control is so hard. They bring back Sunset Wilds in the BCP, not give it Sunset, but then straight away give us Lakeside Park, which they did in Tour, the Sunset gimmick, and just do it for this game instead. It'll be so funny, but also so frustrating. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Sunset Wilds fans, but your track got ruined. Your track got absolutely ruined. I honestly think the Tour version's the best version of Sunset Wilds because of its music, and also just because of how it plays. Like, it's the exact same way as the Market. The Market Delusion, gameplay-wise, it's better. But it's just everything else about it sucks. I hate the music, the 8 Lost Sunset Wild, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Lakeside Park. But yeah, you could just port it from Tor and I'd be happy. Next we have 3DS Maka Woohoo, or Woohoo Mountain Loop. This track would be phenomenal. Bro. This track would be phenomenal to see. I probably still said that wrong. This track would be great to see. Just seeing that sunset. I think that's all I need to say. The sunset would look beautiful, man. Oh my god, this track kills me every time I play it, and it's a shame because my Mario Kart 7, like specifically, my childhood game is like bugging out and I can't play certain tracks because they would like come up with an error message that's unavoidable. So I can't play this track. I can't play this track because the game won't let me. And I feel so sad because I just want to play it. I do. Whatever, man. I want to see it back though. And then finally, the Spiny Cup, the grand finale. To start with Wario Coliseum from Double Dash. 2 laps of being in a cage, stadium aesthetic. What more could you ask for? This is a great track. This is a great track. I love it, and I want to take it back. You can just use the Waluigi Stadium from 8 Deluxe. That's fine. I'm just more focused on the gameplay for this track, really. Next we have Banshee Boardwalk from Mario Kart 64. I chose this similar to like a DKJP. I like the music a little bit like but I do love Banshee Boardwalk. I don't think this one necessarily underrated, and it's quite correctly rated, where it's just like you're mid, but like you're a slightly good mid. You know, like this track is like not one that I'm like looking forward to play. I'm like, yes, Banshee Boardwalk, let's go. I'm just like, okay, yeah, Banshee Boardwalk. But this track needs a significant upgrade because with the Mario Kart 64 version, I don't even want to talk about the DS version. Like the DS version is fine. It's just fuck DS, bro. The 64 version of this is just like, okay, you gave it spookiness and you succeeded, but just make something better, please. Speaking of DS though, we do have DS Battle Castle, and I do like this song. I feel like this is like one of the few Battle Castle themes I can actually remember. I'm starting, like, I get mixed up with my Wii and Double Dash Battle Castle sometimes my DS, because like the GBA and SNES Battle Castle themes I used to remember, and 64 is quite a haunting theme which I like. 3DS's has this cool underwater thing, which I find that to be a very underrated Battle Castle. I don't know why people hate it. 8 Deluxe's is just like, wow, anti-gravity, whoa. I talk about songs, I don't know why I talk about the track too, but I do remember the song going pretty well. But then like DS, Wii, and GameCube, but they sound too similar. Like the DS is like the one that I can remember, but I still can get confused between them. I don't do well with the Bowser's Castle Quartet, I'm not gonna lie. But this track is really fun and I do like it. And then finally, we have GBA Rainbow Road. You know how much I fucking love this track. It would be a dream come true if I could play an upgraded version of this track. Just think about how amazing it would be. Listen, you saw N64 Rainbow Road, right? You saw how it went from, okay, it has a really good song, but the track is so boring, right? But then they just made it feel so grand and epic. This one is a bit different because this is already a grand and epic course. I don't know why people hate this Rainbow Road. It's actually a good one. The original N64 one gets more praise, and that one sucks. When this one's sitting right here, they were cooking with this Road, from the music to the layout. Just think about how some of the turns could be anti-gravity, and how some of the jumps could be glider sections where you could take off-road shortcuts. Maybe not even off-road, just shortcuts in general. Oh my god, it would be amazing. Nintendo, I have high expectations for a lot of these courses, right? But this one is one I have in particular. Now, I do have one more slide to show you. And this is just mainly just about these few tracks here. I think this is what I'm expecting most in the comments. I stopped in DK Pass and Delphino Square. I see that one because it just makes more sense from a Nintendo perspective. But I still think they work where they are. I think it makes them stand out in their cup. Especially with this cup being all like you got Arabian Nights, a marketplace, and you got a beach. And then if Delphino Square was here, it'd be like another little marketplace with just like piers, you know, like some of the GG Brown and Chevrolet Zac combined. Then you got Sunshine Airport, which this was already based off. I'm pretty sure Delphino Square was based off like Sunshine, right? Yeah, because that's like all the Piantas and stuff. So having another one, it would just be the banana cup like too, like it would still have different tracks, but it would be too similar of like a theme. So having them like it just makes them stand out in their cup and not make it feel too samey. But it still definitely could be fine. I see it. I could have straight up removed Delphino, just replace it with Airship. The reason I didn't though is because of Cloud Top Cruise. I feel like those tracks, they do quite a similar theme, but very differently, I'm aware. But for them both starting a cup, why just put them in the same cup at that point, you know? So that's why I didn't do that. And then swap DK Jungle Parkway and Toad's Factory. Because Toad's Factory is the fourth track of the Mushroom, and Jungle Parkway is the first track of the Special. So why is Toad's Factory afterwards? I just think this is a more... You'll see a lot in the cuts where I have like the more... Well, besides from Daisy Hills, I guess, but I have like the calming course. Kind of epic. But for the first few, these three here, like, they have like... I feel like a pretty like... generic, just calming, in terms of music mainly. And then these are all like... Yeah, I don't know. I still think this is still arguably like a harder course than Jungle Parkway, but yeah. I think that no changes are necessary and it is perfect how it is. Well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about my Mario Kart X retro track versions? Do you think that they're good? Do you think they're bad? Do you think I should stay away from the Mario Kart community forever and ever? We all know that's not gonna happen, so I'm just gonna deal with it. If you enjoyed, like, I'm not even gonna say the other two, and I'll say subscribe because I want you to do that one the most. Just do things that all YouTubers say. Yeah. Just do the stuff, man. I don't have a good outro plan, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just... Potato. The galaxies that awaits ahead, the many journeys that we will have to brute force through. They will be tough, but we can conquer. If we can travel through the corners of space, we can do anything to get us to first place. Stop is float above us. Many colors fly around us, it's so much fun. Our courage tells everyone a story, 'cause nothing stands in the way of our glory. Soaring through the sights we see, our faces written with glee as we float through the breeze. It's so magical here, I never want to leave, but back on earth there are things that I need to achieve. The Rainbow Road is the best place, dare I say, I'm excited to come back for fun one day. for fun one day. Rainbow